Hello, everyone, and of course, especially Wendy and the boys. Can I assure you that our hearts and prayers are with you this morning? It's also an honour to get to say a few words in appreciation of Elgan and the blessing that he has been in my own life and Christian walk. I first met Elgan in the mid to late 80s when he came to speak at Emmanuel Baptist Church in Southsea. As a new Christian, I took to him immediately, finding him warm, approachable, and encouraging. Little did I know that a friendship was born that would help me and support me through such a range of life experiences that quite literally, without Elgin, I may not have survived. One was my call to ministry. With the backing of what's now North End Baptist Church, I attended Spurgeon's Bible College to prepare me to be that church's pastor. Elgan became my mentor, and in that role not only supported me, but helped me with assignments, met with the deacons of North End termly to assess how things were going from both ends, both sides. He then produced full written assessments for Spurgeon's College, and all the way through that process, he became a listening ear and offered lots of great advice. I couldn't have had a better mentor, and I'm deeply grateful for all the support that he gave. To be honest, Wendy and Elgin went beyond the call of duty. In my task book of experiences each trainee minister must have, I still hadn't ticked conduct a wedding. Marry Wendy and me, Elgin said, and both he and Wendy dutifully mustered at Devonshire Avenue Baptist Church, and the first arranged marriage in Baptist Union history took place. I don't mind though, because it seemed to me that they grew to quite like one another in the end. During that period, Elgin invited me to a session of the ethics committee at QA Hospital to help broaden my experience as a would-be pastor. The experience was certainly humbling as I began to realize just how complex and intractable some situations were that required moral choices to be made. But the one thing that sticks in my mind were Elgin's contributions, which were always compassionate and demonstrated a fundamental love for the persons that were involved. And this came home again to me at QA. I shadowed Elgin in his role as chaplain, and we stood by the bed of a couple who had just lost a loved one. It may even have been a child, I can't recall exactly, but I do recall Elgin's warmth and compassion, and they are memorable to me to this very day. He prayed with the couple who I'm not even sure were religious, but who still appreciated and were visibly moved by the way Elgin dignified the whole occasion with a deep and meaningful prayer that touched us all around that bed. Now, moving on, all of us go through a life crisis of some sort at some point in our lives, and I am certainly no exception. During this time, when for me life felt terribly bleak, Elgin came to the fore. I visited him in his office at QA, in tears and feeling utterly hopeless and helpless. He dropped his regular responsibilities for the afternoon and focused solely on supporting me. During this period, Wendy and he took me into their home many times to support me. The boys were young at the time, but will remember, I'm sure, being turfed out of their beds in order that Mum and Dad's friend could stay overnight. I often ate breakfast, lunch, and evening meals with you all, and I simply cannot thank you enough. You all really were the Lord's ministering spirits to me at that time, and so a big, big thank you. I'm sure Elgin will be listening, and I want him to know how grateful I am for those days. Oh, and sorry about the bed thing, boys. Now, this sums up for me Elgan. He was a man with a big heart, and he was so because another with a big heart took him and shaped him after himself. Jesus says, "Greater love has no man than this, that he give his life for his friends." And in 1,000 small and even bigger ways, Elgan gave a bit of his life to each of us, and certainly to myself, and in doing so witnessed so practically and powerfully to his Lord, in whose presence he now is. One last word. If, Wendy, when you feel stronger, you would like to come up and enjoy Edinburgh for a few days with Sheena and I, we would absolutely love to have you, and give me a chance to reciprocate the hospitality that you and Elgan gave to me. I'm sure Elgan would approve. Thank you again, Elgan. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you, boys, and all our love for today. God bless. Bye.